Hello, if you are watching this, then you are probably somebody who is a professional who saw the title and was intrigued. Unfortunately, I'm also an attractive young woman and so a booby doctor, which is not a real thing, but it is, so I'll explain in a moment. And I have to explain myself a lot these days. So I'm just going to preface this with I'm going to call my medical providers the retards because we're retarded. Because, oh my God, this patient just came to the hospital, but he WebMD'd it, and I'm pretty sure blah, blah, blah. And also, you don't need to come to the hospital for that. Please stop wasting my time. Is a little bit different than, by the way, yes, I am anorexic. Because this time it was because I was starved by my family. My dad left me here after a rapist stole it's a long story. I'm not going into it. So I do have to say that part. Hi, I am a very weird position in the hospital, but I'm going to go put it on right now because otherwise I can't prove it. And while I do that, let me explain something to the people, which is spelled P-E-E-P-L with a squiggle at the end, because you're a fucking moron. And also, the fact that I went to Oxford doesn't impress people anymore, and that worries me. But I'm going to tell you what. When the chick who went to Oxford got to put this on, and the full scholarship writing Yale grad PA, who gets his balls busted constantly by everybody about the little nurse that went to a better school, when I put this coat on and say, hey guys, can you leave Clay alone because you're just a bunch of dicks who aren't as smart as he is? And also, shut the fuck up because it's annoying. And it makes you all look like assholes. And also, none of the nurses get it, but I do. And I remember that I never got to see him again after he said thank you and cried like a little bitch. Or whatever he did. I remember, by the way, Clay, if you ever watch this, I'm not calling you a bitch. Whatever happened, you acted inappropriately. And I'm really sorry that you did that, but I was trying to show you respect. Also, I modified the story a little bit, so don't worry about that. That's for show. And also, Wes, please stop commenting because I don't know why you think I'm a peer. Are you wearing your doctor's coat? Where's your PhD? I've got the nurse's hat right there and my other diploma there. And I had a kid walk in here one day and he goes, you have 2 diplomas. And I was like, that's the appropriate amount of respect and fear that you should have. But no, I'm not going to turn you in for doing drugs. Did you guys bring me some? Yeah, this is how much you can have. Nuh-uh, that's not a line. This was back in the day, by the way. Here's the problem. And this is what the study is. I have effectively cured suicidal depression according to a theory that I have and personal experience as patient 0. I, in passing, said it to my endocrinologist at UVA, and she actually will co-sign the study. So providers, I can't talk to you anymore because I've got people commenting and see because they like me, but it's only because I don't know. I don't know why people like me. And by the way, Wes, I know you've been listening. I'm sorry. I know I appreciate you. It's not that I don't want you to stop talking, and I'm glad that you were worried about me. The problem is I'm trying to work right now, and you are actually playing devil's advocate, and so it's really God. It's not you. It's me. I'm being a jackass. I'm sorry. And if I hurt your feelings, please say so right now, and I will fix it. But I'm trying to split up all of my hats and personalities because I have multiple personality disorder because some stupid bitch said that I did. Oh, I also got diagnosed with schizophrenia recently. Oh, okay. By the way, engineer who was making just slightly more than I was, my dick's still bigger because yours fit. But also I can tell you for sure, my dick's still bigger. Because that's what it is, right? I'm going to say this real quick because the medical providers need to hear this. You are one of the biggest part of the problem when you're young. Because by the way, I know that you are working 80 hours a week and that you're stressed to the max and that you barely give your wife any attention and that you hate your fucking life because you made the wrong order this one time and goddamn, you still beat yourself up. And then you look at that little girl and you're like, never mind, I'm fine. And then when everybody thinks that you're rich or whatever, and you're like, at what cost? You are doing God's work. Thank you. Keep on doing it. By the way, this coat cost me my residency for free. That's the kind of doctor I am. And when an actual resident told me how much they get paid, I wanted to vomit all over him. And instead, when he and I saved a life a few weeks later, I asked him if he wanted to go get a beer afterwards. And he told me he was married. And then I wanted to vomit all over him again. And then instead, I reminded him that I'm the one who told him what order to write. And I wasn't hitting on him. I was trying to be a friend. But if you think you're better than me, honey, you need to remember you're not that cute. Also, I'm a booby doctor and you're just a hospitalist or some shit. I don't even know. He was really cute, but I was on a first name basis with him and all the other nurses were like, why do you call him Riley? Because that's his name. And they're like, yeah, but we call him Dr. I was like, I don't care what you do. He told me to call him Riley, so. My stalker's here. I can hear it. I better go talk to him. Anyway, if anybody wants to help me with this study, please do. I need a ride to UVA to get the grant. I need somebody who knows how to write their name in black ink on my grandmother. I told him to sign everything and I can't even be mad. If you're a lawyer or an activist of any kind, I have some stories that'll make you vomit. If you're a Persons with Disabilities Act representative, I have a really pretty white female face to represent you in a huge case where you can sue the fuck out of people. I don't know what phone number I gave you because when I told you that my rights were being violated, I still hadn't gone to jail and heard the sentence, you're in jail, you don't have human rights. I said, I didn't say human rights, but heard. And Wes, that's why I keep rolling my eyes at you. When you are in my shoes, maybe you have been, and that's why you keep reaching out. Either way, I'm not good with technology. This is distracting, and I need so much help. I hope you're rich, as well as good looking and young and all that. 744 Elon Road, I keep telling you. I'm not talking to you for this. My sass is cute. I know that you're not rich now. Also, I have 18 millionaires texting me, and I can't be bothered because that's too much work to flirt. Just pay me. Or tell me where we're going, and just put me in the car, and I'm going. I can't think about anything anymore because when you get violently raped in your home and you still live in it, which, by the way, happens to women all the time, I am learning how to deal with it the best that I can. But thank God I got evicted. By the way, as of Friday, I'm homeless. Because when my dad filed that shit, he meant it. And I thanked God. And he lied and said that he didn't really file it because he's scared of me because I'm a felon. And he suddenly forgot the 32 years prior to that moment when he raised me. And he hears that one word and treats me like a piece of shit. And my family lied in court. This is where the lawyers come in. My mother lied in court and said that my fiance at the time was violent and had hit her which was a gross exaggeration of a true statement. And the judge didn't want to hear my excuses for my boyfriend because he saw my disabled husband, who mentioned also that there was an altercation at the house. And I guess that the fucking moron, Judge Payne in Lynchburg, Virginia, J&D court, who also could also get sexual harassment charges because he told me that he wanted to give me a spanking. Hey, buddy, I know I look like your daughter, but you weren't really thinking that through when you said that out loud. And I don't normally get cocky about this shit. I wanted you to learn your lesson when I got my kids back and I was triumphant in that moment. Guess what, bitch? You took my fucking kids from me and I'm smarter than you. When you asked me, Scott told me to shut the fuck up because even my lawyer didn't know that I was the most qualified out of every fucking body, and you're never going to meet a more qualified person to raise a fucking kid because I am an internationally certified white coat wearer who had to do her residency for free, who saved lives all the time and can remember the face of every life that passed away after she saved it, but the next one wasn't as good. And I'm the booby doctor because that's the kerfuffle. And yes, I really did go to Oxford, but I'm not going to get my transcript printed unless you're paying for it. But I have this right here. Oh, I didn't even. That was totally. Because I remember somebody said, oh, you can't even order those online. So how did you get yours? You go on a trip? I said, no, I went there. Go to hell, everybody else. I just fucking hate everybody. I'm sorry, Wes. I hate everybody. I don't hate you because you're just a fun, cute little person that's a distraction from all the bad stuff, but I got to focus on the bad stuff because I got a bunch of shit I got to do. Oh, no. All right, Wes, if you're watching, then I have a video for you to do next.